Hi everyone, my name is Dion and welcome back to Noctis Gaming. This is the next part of my Xenos series where we take a deep dive into some of the potentially lesser known Xenos species within Warhammer 40,000. On today's episode, we'll be looking at the Slaugth. The Slaugth are a particularly vile xenos species. They are known by a few names, including Maggot-Men, Dream Eaters, and Carrion Masters. Most of the Imperium do not believe that the Slaugth even exist. However, a number of rogue traders and Inquisition members knows better. In appearance, the Slaugth are truly horrific. They are often humanoid in shape, however, they are composed of hundreds or maybe even thousands of maggot-like creatures, all writhing and covered in a viscous substance. This makes me wonder if they are in fact one individual being, or if they are built up of thousands of smaller creatures, all working together like a colony. They are able to change their mass and appearance seemingly at will, and are able to regenerate, recovering from injuries at a high speed. They are impervious to disease, poison, aging, and all apart from the most deadly injuries. I believe that this is because they are a collection of smaller life forms, and when one gets sick or dies, they are just simply replaced. I would like to know what you think, so please put your thoughts in the comments below. The technology the Slaugth use is so bizarre in appearance that it has been speculated they are demonic in nature. They are also able to manufacture techno-organic constructs to carry out any manual tasks they may have. Mankind's first encounters with the Slaugth is believed to be during the Age of Strife at the edges of the Imperial space. This would later be labelled the Rangdang Xenocides, which consisted of 3 campaigns. There is so much information regarding the Rangdang Xenocides that I will cover it in a separate video, but in short, these campaigns were one of the most dangerous that the Imperium were a part of, and they truly caused a real threat to mankind. In the 37th millennium, an Inquisitor Lord called Quatermass Neal declared that the Slaugth Maggot-Men were Xenos Horrificus Maxima. No need to try and translate what that means. His standing orders were that any Slaugth, including anyone who is known to have made contact with them, were to be exterminated without mercy. However, despite these orders, encounters with the Slaugth has been on the rise within the Calixis sector. The Imperium do not know that the Slaugth have a heavy involvement with the Amarinthine Syndicate. To outsiders, the Amarinthine Syndicate appears to be a loose confederation of trader captains, void clans, and outpost colony merchants. When you scratch the surface, however, there is evidence that the Syndicate are involved with unlawful trades, smuggling, and supporting trade wars. Several Syndicate vessels have been found in possession of forbidden Xenos artifacts, while some have been involved in pirate attacks, slaver raiders, and horrific massacres on isolated outposts. Any time this comes to light, however, the Syndicate disown the ones involved in order to cover their tracks. Inquisitorial investigations into the Syndicate remain superficial. However, suspicions are starting to rise within the Ordos. What they do not know is that the Syndicate's main mission statement is to infiltrate and corrupt the Imperium by any means, and they are led by no other than the terrifying Slaugth. They are known within the organisation as the Principals, and they provide resources, financing, armed forces and punitive measures where needed. In return, the members of the syndicate provide the Principals with a cut of their profit, any useful information, and they follow any requests the Principals have without question. Now onto the internal structure of the syndicate. The bottom tier is made up of individuals who are planet-based. These may include nobles, guild bosses, traders, or prospectors. The middle tier would be the ones based in space. This tier is primarily made up of starship trader captains, their crews, and associated Voidborn clans. However, it also includes a number of mercenary groups and a small dedicated body of scribes, emissaries, and logisters who negotiate for the syndicate in more formal settings as a legitimate trade body. This tier of the operation also incorporates the less legitimate shadow, made up of smugglers, outlaws, and assassins, who also serve the syndicate. Then we have the top tier, as we know, are named the Principals. The Principals are rarely encountered, but there are many rumours who they may be. Some believe they may be rogue traders looking to increase their power and influences without the restrictions of the Imperium. Others believe the Principals are renegades from outside the Imperium, pirates, non-compliants and outlaws, and that the syndicate is backed by blood money taken in raids and destroyed shipping. We know, however, that the truth behind the Principals is far more dangerous. The Slaugth have not always, however, been in charge of the syndicate. They infiltrated the syndicate when it was just a human trade cartel and were able to overcome any and all opposition until they were in full charge. The syndicate continue to operate, consistently gaining power and influence until the Calixis sector crumbles and the Slaugth are able to have their way with the surviving populace, a fate which by some will be far worse than death itself. That concludes our look at the Slaugth. What do you all think? Would you like to see the Slaugth in a kill team, or maybe leading a larger force of soldiers under their influence? As I stated before, they were heavily involved with the Rangdang xenocides, but this is a topic far too large to include in this video, so I will do a whole separate one going through the details. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing and hit the notification bell so you are notified whenever we upload more content. If you have missed any of the previous Xenos videos, then please go back and have a listen to the other videos in this playlist. Until next time, take care.